Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Magical, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And welcome, guys, to episode 50 of Coffee and Toys, guys. We have finally reached episode 50. Can you believe it? I know I certainly cannot. When I first started out this journey, with this podcast, I had no idea, much like when I started my YouTube page, who and how many would be interested in listening to me talk about toys every single week. And surprisingly, quite a few of you guys do. So thank you so much. We wouldn't be here at episode 50 if it wasn't for you guys watching every week, commenting, leaving those likes. And I really do appreciate it, guys. It's because of you guys that when I run into those walls, when I really want to stop editing, I just want to give up, I keep going, I keep pushing. And I do apologize that they're not always on time. But like I say, this is a hobby. This is something I do on my side. And every once in a while, I like to have a little bit of fun on the weekends. I don't always go out. I don't always do stuff on the weekends. The majority of the time, I'm at home not doing much. So that's why I can do my podcast and everything. But every once in a while, I do like to go out and stuff. So that's why last week's was a little bit late, or quite late, unfortunately. So if you haven't already, please check out episode 49. It is up. It was just uploaded late last weekend, so it is up. But yeah, guys, 50 episodes. I cannot fucking believe it, guys. It's crazy. I just cannot believe it. Just thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. So, of course, guys, this is going to be a jam-packed, awesome episode. I have so much for you guys today. There's actually quite a bit of toy news as well. So, of course, we're going to have Coffee and Toys live news, this week's toy haul, this week's toy news, and so much more. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button? And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. If you do enjoy this video or any other videos that I put out, please remember to give them a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that being said, guys, once again, welcome to episode 50 of Coffee and Toys here on the CoolFigurez channel. And I know last week I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have anything for episode 50, unfortunately, after having Batman, Superman, and Doc Ock for episode 49. However, oh man, it was a long, hard week. So why don't I just go ahead and get into this part first. I know we normally start off with Coffee and Toys live news and stuff like that, but we're going to get to that. Don't worry. We're just changing it up. It's not going to change the future sessions. Coffee and Toys episode 50 isn't setting the tone for 51 and over. We're just, this just kind of ties into, what happens here on the table today. So like I said, last week, I really wasn't intending to pick anything up, especially after having spent as much money as I had on that 2-pack plus Doc Ock here. But my dumbass, of course, had to go on offer during the week, and I came across a listing for the Thunder Toys 1/6 figure Spider variant. And if you don't know what that is essentially a third-party Tobey Maguire 1/6 scale Spider-Man. And can you believe it? The price was only $100, brand new, never posed, never displayed, never even taken the plastic off the head. And of course, me being me, I was like, would you take 70? I mean, it was already a fantastic deal, but I cannot not try and get a better deal. That's just me personally. Obviously, the guy left me on red, so I sent him 80. I was just going to work my way up to 100 because I was still willing to pay 100, but if I can knock a few, dollars off, I'm still going to try that, especially considering, he was about 40 minutes away from me into LA. So got to brave, the drive, the traffic, the crime rate. I could get murdered on the way there. So you got to factor that in. I say that's worth $20 off of product. That's just me. But then he messaged me right back after a few minutes, said that unfortunately he had already sold it. And I was like, all right, no problem. Actually, I said fuck. And that was the end of my communications with him. But then in my mind, while I was kind of like thinking about wanting this figure, I started putting together my Sam Raimi display in my head, which is a very dangerous thing for me to do. I put these displays in my head and I don't feel complete until I have them. And it's just me putting that pressure on myself. So I wanted a Sam Raimi Spider-Man 1/6 display. You know, I was looking at my Doc Ock right here, and then I was looking at my classic Spider-Man with my classic comic Green Menace or Green Goblin, and I was like, man, I have a classic Spider-Man display, and I have 1/3 of a Sam Raimi Spider-Man display, and I was like, you know what? I want a full one. And so while I was waiting for communications and stuff, that's what was going on in my mind. I was at the gym. I was just like focused on that. And then I was like, well, I'm going to have to need the Fiend. And I started searching and looking. And so after he told me he had already sold it and stuff, I was like, damn. And so I went on eBay. I started looking for, you know, Spider variant and stuff. So it's about $200. I'm going to try to get it for $170, $180 from a few sellers overseas in China. They have that or best offer option on eBay. So I'm going to try that, work my way up to the cheapest price that I can get it for. But I'm still going to hold off on that just a little bit and see if I can find one here at a better price. So while I was kind of, you know, moaning around, I was like, okay, well, if I can't find a Spider variant at the moment, why don't we find the second part of this 3-part display? And that is the Toys era, the Fiend. And this guy came in 2 different kinds of releases: the standard, which was just the figure itself, and then the deluxe, which came with this beautiful glider right here. I cannot stress how beautiful it is. Like, I cannot wait to do my review for this guy and show you guys up close how amazingly done, detailed, and beautiful this glider is. Just this figure alone is just fantastic. The way the glider connects to the base, we'll talk about it actually when we get to the toy haul, so I'm going to hold off on that. But so I went ahead and started looking for this guy. I actually got in contact with one of the vendors at Frank & Sons, and they said they had one in stock left, special edition, right here, all complete, for $325, I believe. Yeah, $325, which isn't bad because online he goes for $280 retail plus shipping plus tax. So that works out to about $325. So I was willing to pay that. And then I was like, you know what? Let me check Facebook Marketplace. Let me check OfferUp. And so I checked Facebook Marketplace and I found one for $200. And I instantly messaged the guy and I was like, do you still have this? And he's like, nope, I just sold it. And I was like, fuck. And that was the end of our communications. I then found another one on OfferUp, or I'm sorry, Facebook Marketplace, and he wanted $225. He was asking $240, $260, but I talked him down to $225 because he wanted to walk away with at least $200 after Facebook fees and everything. So I was like, I understand that, man. So $225. But then I was like, you know what? I know I checked yesterday, but stuff pops up in and out constantly on OfferUp, so just check before you buy it from this guy. You have this guy, you have a good set price, just check OfferUp. And I check, and the very first listing is the deluxe, the Fiend, from the same person that had put up the Thunder Toy Spider variant figure. And instantly I messaged him. I was like, is this available? He wanted $250 for the set, so already a little more pricey, but okay, we got some negotiations going on, obviously. So he messaged me back saying, yes, it is. And I was like, would you knock off a little bit? What's the absolute best you can do? And he's like, $250 is the absolute best. I was like, cash, I can pick it up tonight, but I need $20 off because of the drive. And he's like, where are you driving in from? And I told him where I was driving in from. And it's about a 40-minute drive, like I said. And he was like, sheesh, yeah. Okay, that's a bit of a drive. I'll do that. So I ended up picking this guy up for $5 more than what I would have paid on a Facebook Marketplace, and that one was used and displayed. This one was 100% brand new. Even the guy was like, dude, even I haven't even taken a look at the figure. He gave me a knife to open up the fucking shipper boxes. Like, so even he was like, please, can you open it up so I can see the figure before you take it away? And I was like, yeah, man, I got you. And so we both admired the figure. We both admired the glider, and we shook hands, went our separate ways, and now here he is at his new home. We will talk about this guy more when we get into this week's toy haul. But I guess the overall message I'm trying to get to this story is that you don't always win them all. You know, I am pretty well known for negotiating even the best prices on OfferUp for, you know, high-end figures like Mezcos, Hot Toys, and stuff like that. You could have an amazing price, and I'm still going to try to bargain with you because the worst you can say is no. The best you can say is, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So why would I not? You know, you say no, it's firm. Okay, I'm still willing to pay that price, but maybe I could get a little cheaper and, you know, on the way home, grab another figure at Target or maybe even grab a meal. Who knows? But yeah, so we'll get into all that and stuff. But yeah, guys, long story short, I lost out on that Thunder Toy Spider-Man variant. So in my mind, I'm pretty much on the hunt for that now. And unfortunately, I'm in talks with someone else to purchase another Hot Toys on OfferUp, which has been sitting on OfferUp for 2 years. So I'm kind of lowballing. I'm telling them, it's been here for 2 years. I'll pay you cash today and take it off your hands for this price. So I'll have to wait and see what their response is. But if they do that, then I have to buy the pairing piece, the piece that would complement it, which I do know where I can get it for a really good price, but it's just like, already, guys, I shit you not, within the last 2 weeks, I don't like to share my financials and all that stuff, but within the last 2 weeks, that set, this guy and this guy has roughly cost me just under $1,000. But honestly, guys, since I've gotten these figures right here, I've spent so much time just admiring and staring at my collection. It is so worth it to me. These figures are the pinnacle of perfection, in my opinion. Do they have their faults? Yes. Do they, not perform as well as, say, 6-inch Mezco figures in terms of articulation and stuff like that? Yes. But when you get up close to these things and you see the detailing, my God, it is perfection. And so, yeah, I could not be happier with my current purchases. But yeah, it definitely has to slow down a bit, even though I have ideas for other ones to buy, So thankfully, my personal training business has been taking off. I've been getting a lot more clients. They've been, requesting more days, in fact. So that's even more money in my pocket, and so I'm actually doing more auditions, hopefully to get more stuff. I'm doing that live stream app, which is throwing a little bit of money in my pocket for the next 2 months at least. So I got a little bit of spending money and stuff for at least that time being with that, some fun spending money at least. So doing a bunch of stuff and, having some fun along the way and picking up some amazing figures. But with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and get into this week's Coffee and Toys Live. Actually, before we get into this week's Coffee and Toys Live, because it does connect to the next topic that I do want to get into, why don't we talk about future guests of Coffee and Toys Live, so that way we can get that out of the way first. So this coming Wednesday, we will see the return of Diamond Select Marketing Manager Zach O. Once again, we will be speaking all about Diamond Select, and I just recently partnered up with them, and so I'm super excited to have him on the show and see what they have in store for us in the back half of 2022. After that, we will be heading over to the beautiful island of Kauai in the state of Hawaii, and we will be speaking with Aloha Toy Photography. I cannot wait to speak with him, and then a few weeks after that, I will be saying aloha to Maui, and I could not be more excited, guys. I could not be more excited. And the week after that, we have a new guest confirmed for that final week before my 2-week hiatus, and that is fellow fitness collector Austin Nicholas. If you don't know who he is a big-time 1/6 collector. He has an amazing collection, an amazing display, and he also loves to work out just like me, He says he's going to take the title of the buff collector from me, but I think we're going to have to discuss that on the live and see how we're going to settle this. Maybe a squat off, a bench press off. Well, not a bench press off. I haven't benched in years, but a squat off. I will squat you off, man. Let's go. I will out squat you. I'm just messing with you, man. Having a good time. But yeah, after that, like I said, there will be a 2-week hiatus because I will be on the beautiful island of Maui. I am actually talking to somebody for the date to come, October 5th when I get back. So I'm in talks with them. So once they confirm and everything, I will know. But yeah, so this week's live, guys, man, it has been a week on Instagram for me. So this week's live, unfortunately, was not able to go as smoothly as all the previous ones have, despite some of them not going smoothly. They've all somewhat worked out. This one worked out in a way, thankfully, thanks to the host. So once again, thank you so much to this week's guest on Coffee and Toys Live, More Shots. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate everything you did, because not only was he a guest on this week's show, he also hosted the show on his Instagram page, I should say, because, well, guys, the furries are after me. The furries are after me. Yes, guys, I have furries after me. Well, I have a whole set of people after me, apparently. So, I guess Storytime Part 2. Episode 50 is turning out into just Storytime 50, you know what I mean? But, okay, so I believe on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the official page from Nickelodeon, uploaded a series of slides containing pictures of Michelangelo. And in each image was the first line he ever spoke in the TV shows that they've all had, from the 80s to the 03 one to the 2012 one, and now to the brand new shitty Rise one. Sorry, just saying that name, I had to get the taste of it out of my mouth. So I put, wow, isn't it funny how the Rise line is way shittier than even the 03 line, and the 03 line only said, oh no, an earthquake, and the Rise one was all elaborate and stuff. And I was like, isn't it funny how the Rise line is way shittier than the 03 line? And I just left it at that. On the official TMNT page, mind you, this isn't a fan page or anything. This is the official Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Instagram page ran by Nickelodeon. And I went about my day, right? Turns out someone didn't like that comment, and instead of being a decent human being, a person of the 21st century, of 2022, you should really just let people live how they want to live and say what they want to say, as long as it's not really truly harming anybody. If it's harming somebody, then yeah, definitely, that's not acceptable. But if they just speak their opinion, and it's not harmful, let them be. You don't like that opinion, just keep scrolling. See something else that you do like, right? No, this person decides to click on my profile, see that I have a YouTube, click on my YouTube, and dive deep into every single one of my videos, scrounging and really taking a look at my analytics, and decided to comment, oh, that's why your YouTube's such a flop, huh? And I was like, huh? And so I was like, okay, I mean, I don't know where this has to, what my YouTube has to do with my comment on a show. So the funny thing about it too was that I went then and clicked on the profile to see who this person was, and of course, it's a blank fucking profile. And yes, here is that person's profile. Why? Because apparently they didn't like that I called them out. They didn't like that I shared their information on my stories. Well, guess what? I do not care if you are a man, woman, circle, whether you are an adult, whether you are a kid, whatever you are. If you talk trash to me, if you want to talk shit, if you want to call me out, I will put you in your fucking place. Believe me, I don't give a fuck who you are. Now, if I'm in the wrong and you're in the right, that's totally different. But if you want to come and attack me for my work ethic, then you're going to fucking get it from me. And I'm not talking about my content. You can totally dislike my content. Content is so subjective. You can hate how I do my reviews, how I talk. You can just hate my voice and not want to be, watching my videos. But don't come at me and tell me my YouTube is a flop. And I will tell you why. It's not even because of ego and all that stuff. I will tell you why. Because when I had 12 subscribers, I considered my YouTube a fucking success. Because I had 12 of you amazing people willing to spend time of your busy day listening to me talk about toys, connecting with me, engaging with me. So at 12 subscribers, the CoolFigurez channel was a success. I had accomplished what I had set out to do with this YouTube, and that is connect with fellow toy collectors and have a new way to talk and speak and show off my collection to you guys. And just having 12 people, hell, even when I had 2 subscribers, it was a success to me. So now that I'm on the cusp of just 1,000 subscribers, which yes, in the world of YouTube land is nothing, but to me, it is the world. Thank you so much to each and every single one of you that have hit that subscribe button, because every time you do, I know that this channel is a success because each of you enjoy, even if it's just a second of my content. So thank you so much. That proves that my channel is not a flop because of each and every single one of you that like, that comment, that watch my stuff, that subscribe. Even those of you that don't subscribe and do any of that, thank you so much for spending time here on the CoolFigurez channel. And that's what really irked me, was that she wasn't attacking my content. She was attacking my work in terms of like what I do. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that get millions of subscribers that don't even post daily. I do this 100% free on my own free time. And I post daily, guys. And you know this. Monday through Friday, you get a video. Saturday is literally my only day off. And that's so I can focus on editing this podcast. So don't say that my YouTube is a flop when I do have a decent amount of watch hours and time. And to me, I'm just doing this for fun. It's one thing to attack, paid content versus free content. I believe that anybody that has even uploaded a 2-minute video, a 1-minute video to YouTube deserves a little respect, because it is not easy to even do a 2-minute video. You don't know how much work goes into editing a 2-minute, a 5-minute video until you've done it yourself. So anybody that's ever uploaded a YouTube video and has had to edit it and has a single subscriber, you deserve respect, and nobody should tell you anything otherwise. And I'll tell you why also, because YouTube is fucking free, guys. You don't have to watch this. You don't have to pay for it at all. So you just move the fuck on. And so, like I said, it came from a fucking blank profile with an anime profile pic. So I went with what I had in terms of information. So I said some mean things, obviously, because she was attacking my work. Oh yeah, it turns out to be a girl. It could have been a fucking guy. I mean, it's a fucking anime profile. Nowadays, who knows? So I said some things, and I was like, go fucking watch your hentai. Leave me the fuck alone. Literally, that's all I said. Boy, oh boy, did they not like that. And I say they because all of a sudden, then them and their friends are all in my DMs and blah, 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 and commenting on my shit. Oh, how can you tell that to a minor and blah, blah, blah. How the fuck am I supposed to get that she's a fucking minor from a fucking blank profile with an anime profile pic? That could be a 40-year-old guy for all I know. Honestly, I was more on the fucking idea that it was a 40-year-old guy than not in my head, I mean, a fucking anime? Come on. And a blank-ass profile? Shut the fuck up. Don't even. And they really tried spinning it like, oh, I intentionally sought after, attacking this little kid. It's like, 1, I didn't even start it. 2, I didn't even know because of the blank profile. And 3, I don't give a fuck what you are. I will put you in your fucking place. And so she didn't like that. Her friends didn't like that. And so they ended up reporting me, doing all this stuff. And so getting back to how this connects to this week's Coffee and Toys Live, I was not able to go live from my profile. So once again, thank you so much to More Shots for hosting this week's Coffee and Toys Live. Hopefully by next week, I will be able to go live with Zach Oat, because if not, I will be very, very upset. I actually already went back and reported every single one of those profiles just to do whatever I could, because it's fucking bullshit how they can do that to me, say all this shit, and then when I defend myself, I'm the one that gets banned from, doing live shows. It's like, what the fuck? When they came after me first, really? No, I'm just not one to sit back and roll over, in fact, I'm just going to share this with you guys. On my last trip to Hawaii, my cousin tried to get fresh with me. He tried to, do kind of something similar. Well, I put him in his motherfucking place, and that's family. So let alone a fucking stranger, I have no issues trading words, especially over a blank profile pic on the internet. God, they were like, oh, we're going to get you in trouble with your partnerships because of what you're saying to a little kid. It's like, bitch, I will screenshot everything and show them, and they will see that you attacked me and I just defended myself. And they are just fucking, it's just annoying, guys. And like I said, it wouldn't have been anything really, but the fact of the matter is it affected my live show. And I take pride in my show and my professionalism with my show. And, the fact that got affected really irked the fuck out of me. But yeah, I have a few notes here, but I pretty much covered it all on that just off the top of my head. That's how upset I was about it, or I am about it. Like I said, all they had to do was keep scrolling. They're like, oh, she was just defending her favorite show. Well, guess what? Her favorite show fucking sucks. And 2, she never once mentioned like, oh, this is my favorite show, or you should check out the show because of this, this, and this. She just attacked my channel. So she just literally attacked me personally. Like I said, she could have said your content sucks, which totally subjective. I mean, I'm used to that. I'm a fucking bodybuilder. Every time I step on stage, it's subjective to the judges on who they like. So that's nothing new to me. But what I don't take kindly to is when you try and undercut my work. There's countless times where I am on 2 to 3 hours of sleep because I'm trying to edit and upload videos for you guys. Not because I know I have to, but I have the same mentality that I do when it comes to bodybuilding as I do to YouTube. Just consistency, pushing through, getting it done. And, it's the same way when I don't do it, it's like in the back of my mind, like, dude, you should have done it. You should have done it. You should have done it. Like last week with the podcast, I was like, fuck, all Sunday morning, I just felt like shit because I was like, your podcast isn't up. Your podcast isn't up. Your podcast isn't up. And so I always wake up feeling refreshed on Sunday mornings when my podcast is up and nothing goes wrong. I always feel like hungover and fucked and really in a shit mood on Sundays when my podcast isn't uploaded because I had stuff to do and I didn't get around to finishing editing. So that's just me, though. That's just who I am. But the fact of the matter is, don't attack my work ethic personally because I am one of the most hardworking motherfuckers out there. And I don't even say that often, but if you're going to attack my work ethic, I'm going to fucking put it out there. And I hope you're fucking watching this, you fucking little weebs. I don't care who you are. I don't care what age you are. I will put you in your fucking place. You have furry friends. Like, I don't judge, but furries, I think even God judges fucking furries, but that's just me. So I think, okay, we're going to move on from that because getting into furry territory, that's just fucking weird. So yeah, hopefully by next week, everything will be back to normal. So with that being said, guys, why don't we line up the conversation and get into this week's toy haul. By the way, we do have this week's unboxing right here, which is the final of the 3 figures I did have lined up for unboxing. So I don't know if episode 51 will have an unboxing unless something comes in. But with that being said, why don't we go ahead and talk about this guy. So you pretty much got the gist of how I acquired this guy, at the intro of this show. But I do just want to gush over him just a little bit more, guys. Just a little bit more, even though I was already gushing over him. But when preparing to buy this guy, I did watch a review on him from Justin's Collectibles. And he did mention that this suit has cracked the code on the kind of like the lining or the creasing aspect. So he's been in that pose for about 2 days and there is not a single crease in his arm. This suit is fucking phenomenal. This head sculpt is fucking phenomenal. I love how the base literally screws into the glider, so you have no concern of it falling. It doesn't peg in, it literally screws in. I absolutely love that. So yeah, this guy and Doc Ock are just fucking phenomenal. I feel sorry. I truly feel sorry for those of you that are picking up the brand new Hot Toys Far From Home, or No Way Home, I should say, Hot Toys Goblin and Ock, because this looks like they literally went back in time to Spider-Man 2, shrunk down after Nalinas, and threw him on this shelf. The thing about I keep wanting to say Far From Home. The thing about No Way Home is de-aging has come a long way, but you can still see the difference in age. The skin elasticity and everything. Maybe he just gained a little bit of weight, over the time. He's a little older, I'm not body shaming, guys, don't worry. I'm just saying he was younger and he wasn't fit, obviously, or I guess they did make him look pretty fit in this sculpt, but he wasn't like that overweight or anything like that. He was a basic man size, back then in 2000, what was it, 2 or 3? But now, obviously a decade or 2 later, he's older, he's probably not as active and stuff, and you can really see his age. And so them sculpting the new head sculpt after that, it just doesn't look right to me. And I feel like they really tried to give him that Doc Ock classic bowl cut haircut in No Way Home, which he does but doesn't have in Spider-Man 2. But in No Way Home, you can totally tell they tried to just bzzz. All right, Alfred, you're good. And then for this guy, it's the suit and stuff, but it's a lot more expensive. But honestly, guys, I don't even think Hot Toys can get it right like this. Like I said, the suit itself, I don't think is going to be able to be replicated by Hot Toys in the sense that they're going to be able to have the no creases in the body and stuff like that. I think that's going to be something exclusively done by Toys R Us because that's something that they discovered and were able to figure out. So I am much more content with this non-licensed third-party Green Goblin or the Fiend. I need to get a label maker and just put Green Goblin right there. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Come out to play. Can the Spider-Man come out to play? I fucking love that movie, guys. Oh man, I love that movie. It's just so awesome. Yeah, so newest edition, look out soon. Thunder Toys Spider variant will be joining him very soon. And hopefully that other Hot Toys that I'm in talks with, because it is a Batman one. So I am really excited. Hopefully I may just pull the trigger regardless of it being 300. You know, I may just say fuck. They can't. It's been up there for 2 years. For 2 fucking years. They gotta knock it down somewhat. I don't know. We'll see, guys. We'll see. So that wraps it up for this week's toy haul. But like I said, guys, there is actually quite a bit of toy news. So why don't we go ahead and move on into that? So kicking off this week's toy news is my absolute favorite, of course, Mezco Toys. Did you miss out on the Gold Age Batman and Two-Face 2-pack? Did you regret not picking that up? Mezco's got you covered because they released the Cape Crusader edition, the same exact figure with the same exact accessories, just with a different color scheme. So while the 2-pack with Two-Face was the blue and gray suit, this is the black and gray suit. So like I said, all the same accessories, just a different colored suit. I went ahead and passed on this. It was $95. It is currently waitlisted already. But yeah, I mean, if you missed out and you wanted a Batman like that, that would have been your chance. Join the waitlist now if you haven't been able to pick him up. And so yeah, that is all the Mezco news for this week. However, sticking with the Batman news, or just Batman news, not, you know, the Batman movie news, but just Batman news. But I guess, did you guys hear about the Batgirl movie and it being completely erased because WB's like swearing their allegiance to the IRS that they'll never release it, so they're showing it to the creators, and then after that, it is gone. Crazy shit, right, guys? But McFarlane Toys did announce a few new figures. So the Arkham City Wave with the Solomon Grundy Build-A-Figure figure is up for pre-order now. One thing I do want to know is, why are the chains on Grundy's wrists orange? I have played this game countless times, and I can almost guarantee you they are not fucking orange. Todd. We did have a leaked image of a Tim Drake Robin figure. And of course, it is time for everyone's favorite collector's event, Target's Geek Out. This time we are in the fall Geek Out. I wanted to say summer constantly, and I was wondering why didn't they have a summer Geek Out, but they had Haulathon. Remember Haulathon, guys? That was a good time, right? Well, so now it is summer. See, I keep wanting to say summer. It is fall Geek Out time, guys. And day one, or week one, is McFarlane's Day. And he showed off and announced quite a few new figures. Starting off with this beautiful, I have to admit, Batman, the animated series statue diorama. So it seems like he's going to be trying to release at least one of these a year in conjunction with New York Comic Con, because much like the year 2 Batman statue figure, that one was a New York Comic Con exclusive for the Geek Out. This is a New York Comic Con exclusive for the Geek Out, and this thing is already pre-ordered for me. I did get the unsigned version. I don't need fucking Todd McFarlane's fucking signature. Fuck that. And if I really did, I could just go to a convention and get it for fucking free. Fucking Todd, fucking idiot. But anyways, he does make some pretty decent figures every once in a while. So yeah, I definitely had to pick that up. He did announce a few new things for his 66 retro line, though. The first one being Alfred as Batman. Now, I have recently started rewatching the classic 66 Batman show. By the way, it's free on, what is it called? I think it's like Tubi or something. It's either Tubi or Freevee or something like that. It's free to stream and everything. You just have to watch ads every once in a while. But I literally just saw the episode of when Alfred dresses up as Batman, and yeah, I still don't fucking need that shit. But he did also announce a really cool but unnecessary lunchbox set. And it does come in a really cool lunchbox, a tin lunchbox like back in the day. You get some really cool trading cards, and you get Batman, Robin, Penguin, and Joker. However, in different color schemes. As you can see, Batman is not in his typical gray and blue suit, but rather his black and gray suit. And Robin's colors are a little more muted, as well as Joker's and Penguin's. Well, Joker's actually in a purple suit opposed to the pink suits. And if you look close enough, you will see that Batman and Robin's eyes are whited out. So at least no side eye there. But that set in itself is $50, and I do already have those figures. As much as I would love to have that lunchbox and those trading cards, it's a pass for me. But he did also show off and tease this week Wave 2 of his Page Punchers. And the first one being Batman from the Injustice 2 comic book and Green Arrow. He did also tease an image of future figures to join this wave, and that being Flash and Captain Cold. So that pretty much wraps it up for McFarlane's news. So I do want to touch a little bit on some NECA news. Nothing new or revealed or anything, but I do want to say that the Crooked Ninja Goon and the Rock Soldier 2-pack set is starting to hit Target stores now. And the reason I want to point this out is not because I'm excited for this 2-pack. In fact, I really wish it would have been 2 Ninja Goons instead of 1 and 1. I would have actually picked up a set or two. But because former Coffee and Toys Live guest and toy photographer extraordinaire and just overall great guy, Jason Yang, aka Work More or Less, designed the packaging for this box, guys. So yes, a fellow community person here basically designed this packaging for NECA. So shout out to Jason. Great job, amazing work, man. I hope you're working on some more stuff with them, because it's exciting to see one of us from the community, take that step up into working with these toy companies, because that just gives us a little more of a voice in. Sometimes I feel like, maybe not, but it's just in our heads sometimes, and so it's starting to seem like that's starting to be the transition. These great people in this community are really starting to be recognized by these toy companies. You had Sergeant Bananas that's now shooting for Super 7. You have Shooting the Galaxy that's now shooting for Hasbro. You have the DGK or whatever his handle is. It's a weird handle, but the stop motion guy, he now does stuff for NECA. And now you have Work More or Less designing boxes for NECA. So it's amazing to see this stuff happen in the community. Gets me super excited, gets me super pumped. So once again, shout out and great job and congrats to Jason Yang, aka Work More or Less, for this amazing packaging job. So with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and move on into some Power Ranger news. Every time I feel like I'm getting out of the line, Hasbro has to pull me back in, because they showed off Time Force Ranger Blue, or the Blue Ranger from the Time Force series, with his Time Force motorcycle. And that, guys, that is my fucking team. While I did grow up watching the Mighty Morphin, Time Force was the team that I grew up with, that I specifically remember really being into. You know what I mean? The helmets look cool, the costumes look cool, the weapons look cool. After that, it was I think Ninja Storm. That was my second favorite. But Time Force, that was my fucking show, guys. Time Force was my fucking show, and I've been waiting for them to complete the Time Force team. They've released the Red Ranger, and now they're releasing the Blue Ranger. However, I myself have already decided to bow out of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection line, simply to free up more funds and space for more 1/6 figures, to be honest, guys. So unfortunately, I don't believe I will be picking up this figure, and this one does hurt a bit, I have to admit. As much as I don't really look at my Power Rangers collection, especially considering that in the last few months that boxes have actually been piled up in front of it, and I really haven't been able to see it, I still really do think I want to complete the Time Force team. At least the Time Force team. That's my team, man. That was the team that I was like, man, I want to be part of the Time Force team, and maybe it has something to do with them actually being, time cops and cops in the future, because I have that want and need to be a policeman and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe it's always been in me to want to be a cop, and I just never really realized it until later on in life. But yeah, so unfortunately, we'll have to see when that is released, whether or not I do pick him up. But they did also announce another Blue Ranger from my childhood, the Wild Forest Blue Ranger. This was another team that I do remember very fondly. However, a few years back when Netflix had all the Power Rangers shows on Netflix, I actually did watch quite a few of them all the way through while I would do my cardio prepping for my shows, because I was doing up to about an hour to 2 hours of cardio a day. And you're literally just there on a bike, so I was watching Power Rangers, reliving my childhood, not trying to feel the pain in my legs and the burn in my lungs. It helped reminiscing about being a kid and being carefree and everything. But I was able to run through all my childhood Power Rangers shows and teams, and I have to admit, Wild Force held up the least against them all. And that's not because the Red Ranger kind of technically committed murder a few years ago, but just the acting and the characters and the storyline was just a little meh. But I do remember being really into that show and into that team when I was a kid. But going back and rewatching it, it was definitely one of the worst ones. I think Time Force and Ninja Storm were the pinnacle and best Power Ranger shows out there. You can fight me. You can definitely fight me down in the comments below. And that includes the original Mighty Morphin as well. I knew I had to piss some of you guys off. So, aside from that, it was Power Week. That's why they had all these big announcements for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. They did announce, of course, another Mighty Morphin monster in the form of Snizzard. And I will catch this guy on clearance, as all the other monsters have hit clearance. And this guy is definitely another great monster to utilize up against a Mezco Doc Knock, or a Mezco Atticus Doom, or even the new Mezco Constantine, which should be releasing soon-ish. No concrete date on that yet. But yeah, so this thing looks pretty horrific and horrendous, so it should pair beautifully with those figures. But like I said, I will be catching this on clearance. Last two announcements that they did have, apparently there was a Street Fighter and Power Rangers crossover, and so they did announce two figures from that game. The first one being Morphed Ryu Crimson Hawk Ranger. Try saying that 5 times. Morphed Ryu Crimson Hawk Ranger. Morphed Ryu. Yeah, I'm not going to try that anymore. And also Morph Chung-Li Blasting Phoenix Ranger. So yeah, I mean, I have to admit the effects with these ones are pretty damn cool. But I'm just not a Street Fighter fan, so definitely an easy pass for me on those. So that is not all the news today, guys. We have one more set of news, and I do want to shout out and thank my friends over at Diamond Select and their marketing manager, Zach Oat, for sending over all the great information and images for this news. So Diamond Select is currently having a 40% off summer sale up until the release of this video. So Sunday, if you're watching this on Sunday, head on over to diamondselect.com, and they have a bunch of great stuff on sale for 40% off. But it ends today, guys. It was 72 hours when I saw it on Friday, so that's 3 days. So today's your last day. Get to the site. So if you're watching this on Monday, I'm sorry, but it's already over. So starting off with the first bit of news here, we do have some new gallery statues coming to the line. Starting off with a AEW CM Punk gallery statue. I didn't write the rest of the name, but I do know who CM Punk is because he actually was around when I was into wrestling for 6 months when I was like 12 years old. He was relatively new. He had just come around. He was just in and stuff. So I do know and remember CM Punk. I was briefly into wrestling for 6 months. I was actually really into it, but then me and my sister started wrestling. My mom was like, yeah, you're not watching that no more. But she was wrestling back too. So it wasn't just me, okay? She was wrestling me back. And mind you, I was not this big as a kid. I was actually quite small, skinny, and lanky. So we were evenly paired. Okay, I wouldn't wrestle with her now, even though she's now 21. Crazy to think. Fuck. My little sister's 21. Man, that makes me fucking old. I wonder how my brother fucking feels. He's fucking 40. So moving on, Darkwing Duck is coming to the gallery line as well. This thing looks phenomenal. How many of you remember Darkwing Duck? I didn't even grow up with this show in terms of like with its release, but I definitely saw episodes growing up as well. We are getting a Venom Pool gallery statue. This thing should be massive and really detailed and beautiful. And the last new gallery statue that we will be getting is an Old Republic Bastilla Shaw Gallery statue. So yeah, from the Old Republic. I don't really know that one, but it's actually a really cool statue. I love the action pose in it. I love the the kind of obscure droids and figureness of it. It's just Star Wars in my opinion. Like if you just look at it, you just think Star Wars, and I love that about that statue. So I may have to pick that one up because like I said, it just looks Star Wars. I don't know, it's weird to say. It's like you just see lightsabers and droids and a cool action Jedi pose. So I'm in. But that is not all the Diamond Select news. We are getting a Hawkeye animated miniature statue coming from Diamond Select. We are also getting a 1/7 scale mini bust Demona from Gargoyles. We are also getting a Beta Ray Bill from Marvel Select. Pre-orders for him are currently open. We are getting a Beast Wars Megatron resin statue, guys. This thing looks highly detailed and amazing. If you're into Mini-Mates, guys, and you're into Power Rangers, Series 2 of the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Mini-Mates is coming soon. 1/6 scale mini bust of Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Kenobi series is also available for pre-order now. And this amazing 1/7 scale Premier Collector Darth Vader statue from the Kenobi series is up for pre-order now. And the last bit of news we do have here is they are releasing a 12-inch jumbo vintage Sand Trooper. So once again, thank you so much to Zach Oak, marketing manager for Diamond Select, for sending over all this news and all the great images for the news. With that being said, guys, that has been episode 50. Man, oh man, that was quite an into episode 50, right? What an episode, guys. We went from the typical coffee and toy stuff and, of course, some really, really deep stuff. But like I said, guys, it's really because of you that I consider this channel a success. If there was just 2 of you that were subscribed to my channel, if there was just 1 of you that watched my video, I would consider my channel a success. Because like I always say when I hit a milestone, guys, if it wasn't for you, yes, you, the person watching this video, by the way, the person that should be liking this video, I'd just be a grown adult talking to myself about toys. So thank you so much, guys. The episode's not over yet. Of course, we have this week's unboxing, and it is, ironically enough, the Boxing Batman from the Retro 66 McFarlane Toys line. Here's a look at the back, and here's a look at the front. Now, I did forget my handy dandy unboxing Batman knife, but with it being just a blister pack and stuff, avert your eyes, closed box collectors, because yeah, I'm just tearing that to shreds. And then, oh, I forgot he's attached at the hip by this plastic. Okay, who's gonna win? Bodybuilder, plastic string. The plastic string's gonna win, guys, because I don't got no nails, so I'm gonna try and shove it through the hole. That's what she said. See if I can maybe push it the way it came in. If this doesn't work, I may just get up and go get my knife, because I just don't have the smallest fingers to be doing this, you know? I'm not... Yeah, I maybe if I just pull them out. There we go. Bodybuilder one. So here we have the Boxing Batman, guys. So yeah, like I said, I had absolutely no intentions of picking this guy up or his matching partner Riddler. But when you offer me a toy for $5, I'm not going to say no. Now I have to go find a WWE ring off of OfferUp that's pretty decently priced, and so that way they can be boxing, because collector's boxing rings are actually quite expensive, but WWE rings are not. So yeah, guys, that wraps up episode 50 of Coffee and Toys, guys. Once again, thank you so much for 50 episodes. Now, I did want to do a giveaway for 50 episodes. However, I've only had 1 comment so far. So the way I'm going to do it is I still want to do the giveaway. However, I need 10, count them, 10 of you to comment and enter the giveaway for it to be validated. And the winner chosen will get their choice of whether they want a new NECA Ultimate, Black Series, DC Multiverse, or any other figure within that price range. Winner's choice, as long as it's within stock and in that price range. So you're not gonna put the giveaway word here on the comments. Rather, you're going to enter the giveaway comment on my Instagram post advertising Coffee and Toys episode 50 over on my CoolFigurez Instagram page. So on that post, go ahead and comment the word coffee. Then you'll be entered. But if you've made it this far, go ahead and comment down below in this comment box area 50. That way I know you've made it this far and you celebrated with me and you're enjoying the content. And once again, thank you. And once again, thank you so much. And if you haven't already, please follow me over on Instagram at CoolFigurez and my separate Instagram account, Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. That's where I post my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics. If you like unboxings, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to me here on YouTube. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. So please and thank you in advance. With that being said, guys, let's get on into this week's Coffee and Toys Live. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do also have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys like unboxings, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all of my unboxings. And check me out every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, weekly toy haul, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday over on Instagram for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy hunting, toy photography, and so much more. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it.